Nah, you guys, I point to Luthien and Zeta, you two are gonna be fighting tomorrow, so you got plenty of time to rest. Even I'm gonna be having a little
Alright, I need to
fight
check
tomorrow.
calendar because I don't think I've been updating it.
Uh-oh.
I have definitely not been updating it.
Time
Oh,
travel. Time travel.
time
So I
stop.
just I just had to correct it, that's all.
What you didn't realize is Luthien accidentally cast a time stop.
Time stop. And the world sat still. Hmm.
And
The, the crew you're with, who you riding with?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I was confused. You made it
I'm
sound like it
trying to
was other
figure out what Ansel's talking about. I don't know.
Well, I'm
Oh,
trying
I
to figure
probably
out what
thought
you're
he was
talking
talking
about.
about
Goat and the old man.
Oh,
yeah, Vincent.
Vincent. Yeah. Okay, so he's telling me to hold off on healing people, especially since we don't know if Vincent's.
That's what I'm saying. Keep it for when, who knows.
I guess you're right.
Save it for
Yeah.
something more important than my scratches.
Okay, sure. So what do you guys want to do now? I mean, we got the whole day to party or
Mm,
get stuff done.
so it's about 4 in the afternoon as the last of the rounds finish up. And while you're collecting your coin and people are starting to leave their seats and get ready to go back out through the city, it just starts to rain. Like, not really bad, but there's a little bit of a drizzle coming down.
Oh, that's not good.
Zeta leans back her head, opens her mouth out, and starts to, you know, drink the raindrops or whatever.
Hmm. Well, her enjoying the rain aside, do you guys think that they would still be open to, I don't know, carouse some wagons or something like that?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, we're gonna need
That
one.
was what you'd been talking about last session.
Yeah. Do you know where we'd find that kind of stuff, guys?
I mean,
Uh-uh.
wait, what kind of stuff?
Zeta says with her mouth open, still catching rain.
Oh, you all did go to the caravansary while Wilfred was stopped at the blacksmith.
Yeah, oh yeah, the whatever it's called, the place to buy like wagons and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about? Yeah. What is the name of that place? Caravansary?
Caravansary. Mm-hmm.
Caravansary.
It's where you buy,
So
sell, and
fancy.
store wagons.
Oh,
So
those
fancy.
fancy caravans. I
The,
remember.
the fancy lad wagons. I like it.
Ooh.
Hmm. Do you guys want to go check that out while we still have some, well,
Yes,
sunlight?
Yeah.
I say we go and we find our new hot ride that we can have like a cool tower in and like armor plating and Ansel can drag it.
Drag it?
I mean, okay, but it
It
might
won't go
cost quite a bit
fast.
of penny.
It won't go fast, but it'll be enjoyable.
Oh,
I don't
I guess it
know.
would be kind of a smooth ride. You'd
Dragging
barely
it,
notice if
Ah,
we
really?
were moving.
maybe I can find like a place that sells maybe some magic scrolls. Maybe I can learn the enlarge and reduce spell. I've seen people use it before, and I can make
Magic
Ansel really big.
scrolls.
I can make him really big, and then he can pull it, and we can just have like this giant Ansel just pulling the wagon down the road.
I guess that would help, but I didn't realize that you could make people grow gigantic,
Magic can
really
do
big.
anything you can believe.
Might be interested on that happening to me, but for now, I think we should go look for some wagons.
You know it only works for your whole body, right? Not just one body part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
I'm
I'm not insinuating. It's fine. Never mind.
kind of blink. I don't get it, but I mean, okay. I mean, just assume I get gigantic. That sounds kind of rad, actually. I mean, if I could.
I just it double. Oh, for you, yeah. You know, if I cast it on you when you had giant elk form, you'd become a gargantuan. You'd become gargantuan, which would be obscene.
It's
You
the
might
same
not.
size as dragons.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, if out of character, if he managed to cast that spell on me and we fought a dire wolf, I could grapple the dire wolf and it wouldn't be able to break away.
I could also do the other way and reduce you to make you tiny, and then use the catapult spell to throw you at enemies.
True.
Mainly, I
Actually.
just really want to throw you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, magic's
I love the
probably the only
catapult
way you could do
spell.
it.
Catapult's great, and then if you reduce somebody, you take their body weight to a quarter, and if you cast catapult at a high enough level, you can totally catapult somebody.
I just wish catapult wasn't. What is it? A second level spell?
It is,
And
and it's only
it's-
like 5 pounds or something. You have to cast it
It's
so
like-
high.
It's a really weak spell for being second level.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might
And
be a good
even,
opportunity for something to customize, though, if you can get your hands on it.
Oh, yeah.
I think even though reduced, I'd be too heavy for that.
Oh, that's my point though. I'd have to upcast it. When you
Yep.
upcast it, it increases the weight. That's what I mean. It's not good. It's just fun.
It's fun.
Oh, it's actually my first level. I'm sorry.
Catapult. Is this
But
in
it's-
Xanathar's?
It's in
I think
Elemental
so.
Evil Player's Companion.
Yeah, it would be in Xanathar's then. Other than the Ganassi, everything from Elemental Evil is in there.
Oh, okay.
There it is. I see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
5 pounds. But every spell slot increases it by 5 pounds. So I'd have to use like a level 9 spell slot to do it.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I could shoot you 90 feet.
Would I be able to ready an attack if I'm flying like that?
Well, you would be the attack because when you hit, it would take 12d8 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
So would you, though.
True, but I probably could take it.
Magic can do all things.
Well, let's cross that bridge when we get to it. So, lead the way, I guess. I haven't been to the Caravantium, as you would. Remy, Luthien, do you guys?
Oh, let's just find it. I'm sure if we walk long enough, it's got to be big.
Also, this time I'm keeping a hand around my my gold pouch, basically.
What
I
did
don't
you
want
get
what
stolen
happened
from or
last
something?
time. Yeah, some dwarf tried to take my.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought I told you about this.
Yeah, I probably just wasn't listening.
Yeah, sneaky little guy. I barely noticed him, but
Um,
and he managed to run really far. But I caught him eventually, but I didn't kill him because apparently that.
Claw.
If that's the case, we should hit the bazaar because I'd kind of like to buy another purse then. That way I can keep a bunch of copper coins out in the open and then like prison wallet my good coins.
Okay.
Well, you know, so they can't steal.
it's also about supper time, and you guys didn't take the time for breakfast or lunch today. Just had some snacks at the arena.
Oh,
Guys,
Dang.
I'm starving.
okay. Well, let's go find something to eat. I guess Bazaar then first.
Yeah, definitely. Then we'll get some food. Then we'll go get us a nice caravan.
Which we might need to win more money for.
Hey, man,
Prob-
we got to get the nicest one.
All right, I'm down for that actually.
Like the craziest, biggest, stupidest caravan, so that when we roll into town, everybody knows that those are the guys with the rob.
Okay.
Because that's
Okay.
what you want to advertise.
Well,
Sure.
to be fair, we haven't really advertised it, and yet for some reason people keep trying to rob us.
Yeah,
so
we're not that subtle, though.
yeah, we're. What are you talking about? As Luthien like flourishes his red cape.
Uh, actually, raise a knuckle and knock it on my armor.
So
He may have a point here.
I think we very much blend in
Yeah.
in
It is
certain
kind of
routes.
funny that, just thinking about it, out of the main party, Remy is the only one who doesn't stick out like a sore thumb absolutely everywhere he goes.
Yep.
Yup.
To be
I
fair,
feel
he'd be a really shitty rogue if he stood out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilfred used to not stick out too much, and then he got adamantium armor.
Nice,
And
shiny boy.
all the weapons that I got hanging off.
Yeah, and all the weapons too, that's a good point.
Nothing like
Which-
having 16 large weapons just sticking off your back.
It's not 16. It's hang on.
18!
Seven
No.
weapons. It's 7 large weapons and a couple hand axes. Yeah, I really should stop carrying
You
all
should.
these things. I don't even use some of these.
You should hire a manservant.
Manservant, huh?
Yeah, you should hire a manservant. I mean that works too, but a manservant's more fun.
It'd be very handy if somebody could just hand me my weapons.
Yeah, you can just be like, Jeeves, halberd, please.
Yeah.
It is possible to get a bag of holding, but I mentioned it before, I'm gonna remind you guys
Oh,
too.
it's expensive, isn't it?
They're one of the most rare magic items in this world.
Gotcha.
So,
So
like,
we
Zeta
carrying
having the
our shit.
bag of rat holding is
Bag of
the
rat.
closest you've found or would expect to find in your
Right.
lifetime.
Hey, where did my
And
halberd
even
go?
that is really specific about what it'll accept.
Right. Not even rat food.
Hang on.
So you kind of have to imagine that other ones might be similar.
Oh, like very specific. And weird items, so that's still exciting to me.
Hmm.
I love my weird magic items tables.
Yeah, they've been pretty awesome recently, so I'm
Yeah.
really happy about those.
I wanna see some
I
new
was-
weird shit.
I remember I couldn't even stop laughing when I rolled the bagpipes.
Right?
And I had to hold up for so long.
So, what's better, a bag of holding or Mr. Belvedere?
We can call him Jeeves.
Those are the options?
Yeah, Reginald. We could call him Reginald.
Oh yeah,
Reginald.
these kids are like, Mr. Who? Belvedere?
Or we could call him Alfred. We can call him Mr. Alfred too.
Or Wadsworth. Wadsworth,
James.
please.
Take me home, James.
By the way, I'm missing my halberd. It's not on my sheet, but I distinctly remember having a halberd. I don't know if I could just not. Am I just
I
ran out of
believe it was in
space, or-
cart storage
Oh, it's in the
because you
card
only had so
storage.
many,
Okay.
and you did lose some things when it went off the cliff.
Yeah, I'd say it's in the ocean
Aw.
at this point then.
Oh,
How many
I really
weapons do
like
you
that.
need, man?
All of them.
Yeah, okay. Now we
In
know.
fact, this is in character. In fact, after we're done eating, I'm gonna go find another weapon that I've been meaning to get recently. Thought it'd be a nice addition to the horde that is my collection, and as I knock every freaking long weapon that I have.
Clearly not compensating for anything.
Is
I
it
just
so
thought
wrong?
I'd share this because I just thought I'd share this really quick because talking about my random magic items, I went back to the table and rolled something.
Huh?
I rolled a potion of animal resurrection.
Mm?
An animal you've eaten within the last hour is resurrected.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay. What the hell?
So,
How do you-
like, I would have to flavor it, but it would be something like any animal whose flesh you've eaten. So, like, if you ate a sausage, then the pig that it came from is resurrected, I guess returns to life in a square next to you. So you'd have to throw up a living pig
So you have to vomit it?
Yup.
because it's resurrected from flesh inside you.
Oh,
So
It's either that or you explode around it.
Yup.
holy hell.
Ew.
Okay, that's so gross.
That's pretty gross.
I love my random items table.
Yup. Oh man, I can't wait till the next time we find something worthy of being random items. Probably won't be here though. I mean, I don't know. Something could happen. But food! Yes, food, actually.
Yeah, let's go find some food.
Also, keep an eye on your money, because sneaky dwarves, and, well, not just dwarves, but apparently more than one
Yeah,
race.
anybody, man. It could just be anybody. You gotta be racist like that.
Yeah, sorry. I apologize for my lack of tact.
Unless they're gnomes. Fuck them.
I'd like all of you to roll me a perception check.
God damn it.
Alrighty.
Never good. It's never good.
Eh,
Not necessarily.
not bad. No! Hey, that's a golden eyes. Remy!
Somebody had to make up for my my roll. Great. Fucking bleed.
So as you're walking into the bazaar, the rain is slowly getting a little bit more steady as time goes on. It's still just kind of a drizzle. It's not like really, really bad. You're not soaked through, but you will get wet if you stay outside for a long time. Lucian, it's kind of like a wall of bodies when you walk into the bazaar. It's hard to make out anything in particular as you're trying to just not get bumped and shoved and touched, and you like your personal space.
Sure do.
The rest of you, though, you can see over the head of about half the crowd, since most of the people here are still dwarves. But, you can see the stalls that are still out here, and a lot of them are pulling tarps over their things or adjusting to cover up. Limit how much the rain affects them. Some people are hurrying into the places that have overhanging canopies and trying to stay a little bit more dry.
Oh, while this is happening, I'm gonna keep my one hand on my gold, and then the other's gonna get my shield and put it over my head. Just in the effort to stay dry.
Okay. Yeah. And it's the next 24 hours is what it says, but it'll forecast a certain point in time within the next 24 hours. So just give me a number between 1 and 24. That's just how I'm flavoring it.
Flavors.
No, she's saying like give her a point in time within the next 24 hours to know what the weather's gonna be.
Yeah, because the spell itself just says in the next 24 hours. But I could say, oh, well, in the next hour, it's still gonna be raining.
Mm-hmm.
Or 24 hours from now, it's gonna be sunny.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd just like to hear a point in time in between wherever you want to pick. Okay.
So around like 9.
So as you cast the spell, the raindrops coming down kind of swirl and condense in your hand and form a little cloud above your palm. And the cloud darkens and lets off the tiniest little thunderclaps.
Neat.
Basically, you form this tiny pitch black storm cloud in your hand.
Ooh, it looks like it's gonna be ugly later.
And as you stop concentrating on it to talk to everyone else, it disperses over the next few seconds.
Cool.
Yeah, we should not make too many plans out and about tonight.
Let's get something to eat first, and we'll decide if going to go look for wagons is a bad idea.
We can probably get it done real quick. We probably got how many hours till nighttime?
It's 4 p.m., so between 4 and 6 hours before it's dark out.
We can go and I'm sure we can get a cart before it gets too dark.
Sure. Well, let's get something to eat first, because I'm starving. Look for some hot food, guys.
Good idea.
Keeps an eye out. Keeps an eye out for a stall that can fit all.
How's my sniffer? Zeta smells the air for the direction of the food.
I actually had a thing to point out for Ansel because he rolled a critical.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
So this being a seaside town, it's not unusual to see like gulls and pelicans and stuff perched on the rooftops, usually close to the water or wherever someone's got food. But Ansel, you notice, rather than typical birds sitting up on the rooftops and looking for food to swoop down and scoop it up, there's actually a pelican sitting on the roof of one of the buildings to the side of the square or the side of the market that's looking quite intently at your group. all of the friends and enemies that your group has, it's hard to say if that actually means anything positive or negative for you.
Mm.
Ooh.
So it's
Evil pelican.
Ansel that notices. Ansel notices there's a pelican on the roof of one of the buildings on the edge of the bazaar, who's watching the group's progress through the market pretty clearly.
She mentioned that we have a bunch of enemies as far as party goes, so we're not sure what that could mean.
Not
Can you-
necessarily just enemies. You have friends and enemies and people that you've met who have powers that you can use, things like that.
True.
So it's hard to tell what exactly it might mean. You just know there's a pelican that's staring at you.
Yeah.
It might even just be an ordinary pelican that's fascinated with all the shiny things in Zeta's hair, for all you know.
Mm. So I guess it looks like he's sharing
Sketchy
this information
ass
with us.
pelican? And she
Hey,
looks in the direction that he's pointing.
So, so
Uh,
When Ansel starts to point, the pelican turns and it's facing in a different direction into the market, flaps its wings a little, and shuffles to the side.
I want Hugin to follow it.
mm.
Bird v. bird.
Victor was a seagull. I wouldn't put a pelican past him.
Victor? Who's Victor?
Crazy ass druid. I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah.
Aren't they all?
Hey.
It's like Zeta, except not antisocial and more hateful of society in general.
Yeah, he
Oh.
wants to burn the world.
Oh.
And the animals run free,
Oh.
whatever that means. Well, we know what that means, but
I was gonna say, I think I can kind of understand what that means.
yeah, but
I don't think I need
this
that spell.
guy, yeah, this guy wasn't all there, I'd say though. I only met him for that few minutes that we. Why did we talk to him, by the way? Why didn't you just like straight up attack him?
I was in shock. Oh, right. We gotta eat. Wait, we can't. What? Can I?
We can eat the pelican.
We'll talk about this under. We're not in the rain, guys, or at least you guys aren't in the rain. As rain just kind of like patters off his shield that I'm still holding up.
Is the pelican gone, or is it still around?
It's still there, it just doesn't. It's not
Making eye
staring
contact.
straight at you anymore.
Is it really far away on a rooftop, or is it nearby?
All of you are just coming into the market. Oops, sorry. From the north end here.
Mhm.
And it's about halfway across the market on the rooftop in the corner here.
So not super far then, yeah?
Not super far, but not super close either.
Gotcha.
Maybe find a stall right underneath it or close to it.
Am I?
Probably like a little over 100 feet.
Cool. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna shoot the bird with magic missile.
No.
Yeah,
Ah.
Zeta grabs
why are you
Luthion's
stopping?
arm with the crab claw to stop him from. Brachus! Stop him from shooting at the thing.
Food.
So,
We can eat the pelican.
what would this be if they're trying to contest each other like this?
We can eat the. This is all in character.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
assuming
I'm
so.
fine with her grabbing me with the crab claw. It's fine.
Yeah, it's in character.
The crab claw kind of takes a little bit of time to transform, though.
Alright, well then just she
Mhm.
grabs
So I
his
say you
hand.
just grabbed him and then transformed your hand into the crab claw after.
It's pretty cool.
She
and then it
immediately
just kind of
did whatever she could to
really
grab him, to stop him. Yeah.
You're never any fun. Also,
You're trying to
Ansel's
burn down the
correct.
world too.
I'm not trying to burn down the world. I'm trying to shoot this pelican with, a little bit of magic, enough to kill a pelican that we can then cook and eat.
We'll go get you like a different
the
pelican.
group of you are
Oh
group of you are kind of getting some odd stares from the people that are passing you by.
I'm gonna shuffle
I'm gonna
towards
go
a.
try to talk to the pelican for God's sake. Reason with it.
Zeta, are you trying to climb a building? As we're assuming we're just like.
Or are you just gonna shout up at it?
Well, I could just shout up at it.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the stall now, and I'm not gonna be involved with whatever that is and this is, because I am really hungry right now. And out of character, I am really hungry right now, so I might need to actually go get something to eat.
Go get me something.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I can't magic missile it. That's fine.
No.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, this is a crowded area, like Ansel says. It's crazy.
Can I firebolt it? Because then
You
it's
can
cooked
do
by
no
then.
such thing.
It'll be cooked already.
Oh, go. Okay, here we go. Luthien, Wilfred, go
Yeah.
find food for the
Yeah.
rest of us, okay?
Well, I mean, who's staying behind?
Whoever isn't gonna bitch about it.
Okay. So you three are gonna hang out right here while we go get.
Food for
Yeah,
the rest
man.
of us, yeah.
Let's just leave these lambs. Let's go.
All right, let's go find some soup or something. I need some warm soup.
Is that okay,
It
GM?
actually doesn't take long. It actually doesn't take long for you guys to find something to eat. There's, it's right off the step, actually, of the building across the street from where the pelican is.
Ooh.
There's kind of an overhang that's built with a tarp and pole from. It hangs from the second floor window of the building. So you can assume that it's whatever this business is, it's owned by the people that own the building.
Hmm.
And it's kind of, there's just a little counter, and it's a couple of dwarven women are there with pots and serving out wooden bowls of food.
Oh, neat.
And the smell is kind of intoxicating. It's a really earthy, sweet kind of pork smell.
They don't know what they're missing out on.
Right?
Mm. By the way, I'm all for you shooting that damn pelican out of the sky. I am
Thanks, man.
honestly being tired of being spied on by crazy druids and whoever the hell else is out to get us at this point.
At least somebody's on my side.
This is so funny.
Well, let's grab something.
I guess.
And I'll share the picture for you just as you're coming up to see it.
Oh.
So they seem to be a little bit preoccupied with serving to everybody, and it's a lot of, thank you for the business. Just turn the bowls in over there when you're finished, and they're passing people through, and they're handing out bowls and taking coin, and it seems to be a pretty steady pace. But it's a bowl of really vegetable and meat-heavy soup. The broth is really thin, but it's sausage and bacon with potatoes, carrots, and a little bit of corn, onions. It's a lot of tubers and pork, basically.
Sweet.
Nom.
How much gold? How much does it cost for a bowl?
Oh, it's 5 silver a bowl.
Ah, perfect. Give her a gold. Oh, my
And
stomach's rumbling right now so bad.
in short order, she ladles out a pair of bowls for you.
Sweet. There you go.
Now you can help yourself to these. But we'd appreciate the bowls back when you're done with them.
Sure, we'll hang out right here to stay out of the rain. And I'm gonna just start snarfing down on this thing like, oh, it's so good.
It's a little cramped under the tarp because it only extends out a few feet. But, there's kind of a huddled group. There's people leaning on the wall or just standing in circles making quiet conversation as they also help themselves to their bowls of soup.
Pretty good.
So Zeta was heading up to talk to the pelican.
Yeah.
So you kind of walk right past the stall, right. You're walking in the same direction as Wilfred and Luthien,
Mm-hmm.
but where they turn and go get some food, you keep going a little bit further. As you're coming up to the edge of the building, you can see the pelican is kind of leaned out looking down at you, and then flaps a few times and lifts off, flying over the building behind you, and breaking line of sight.
Crap.
Then Hugin takes off after it shortly after, because that was what Luthien told him to do.
Mm-hmm. Can I try to go in that direction?
Well, you're right here, and the birds just flew this way, over the building.
Okay. So I'd have to like go down the alley and
You'd have to go down the alley, or down the side street, and turn and see if you could still see them.
she would do that. And obviously Ansel would too, so the two of us go. And I guess I imagine Remy takes a deep, disgusted breath and decides whether he wants to follow or not.
Um. Uh. Who are we following?
Are you following me and Ansel? Going to chase Hugin and a pelican.
No.
So you're standing in the alley by yourself while the other two are eating?
I'm gonna look through Hugin's eyes while I eat. I can eat blind, that'll be fine. That way I can watch.
So it makes for kind of a silly sight to Wilfred as Luthien goes from eating the soup to suddenly, like, blindly stabbing into the bowl and then pulling up spoonfuls of sometimes just one piece of potato and sometimes a mix of everything.
I'm just gonna get some soup too.
Okay.
So you're going
So
inside
just
with
like
them?
she said to the others,
Okay.
it's just 5 silver a bowl. You can help yourself, you can stay under the tarp if you want to. But we'd appreciate the bowl back when you're finished.
It's really good.
Huh? I'll just pay and thank them for the food.
By the way, this is one that I've actually got a recipe for, so if you wanted,
Really?
Wanted to try it for real. I can give you
Gimme,
one.
gimme.
It's Irish coddle.
Post it.
I'd have to type it back out, but I'll make a note so I don't forget to write it down after.
Yay.
Would you
Now
eat that?
just where to actually write down to remind myself.
Sausage and
I'll just dip
vegetables?
some paper here.
Bacon? Sausage, bacon, and vegetables? It's like a stew. Very hearty one. Basil, a lot of seasonings.
So Hugin follows along, and the pelican actually doesn't go very far. It just goes over the buildings and then loops around and comes back and lands on the opposite side of the market instead. But for Ansel Zeta, you have to run down the side street and look. No, you don't have line of sight on it. As soon as you get to the far corner, you have no idea where it's gone to.
I lost it.
Man, they're missing out on some awesome soup.
Well, Hugin probably still knows where it is. Let's go find the guys eating. Ansel. Okay, so two of us run back to where they're eating.
Okay.
So will we have been done with our food by then?
It hasn't been very long, so I'd say you're maybe a quarter of the way through the bowl.
Alright. I'm gonna keep enjoying my food then. Remy's here with us? Ah. Good, huh? Oh, hey guys. Are they running up?
All out of breath. What's Hugin seeing?
I don't know.
I know you don't know. Luthien.
Wow, you don't have to be so rude about it. Jeez.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Luthien, what's Hugin seeing? Where's the pelican?
I've got him following the pelican.
Yeah, I got that
Oh,
that
sorry.
part. By you like splashing soup all over yourself and being blind.
Hey, I eat in the way I wish to eat.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
all
I
purpose.
sometimes get into a plate too. That's not what I'm talking about. What what I'm talking about is where is
What you talking about with us?
where is he specifically? Where is this pelican? It was looking at us. I want to know why. Last time a seabird came this way, it was very messy. I want to know what the pelican's doing.
Great question. I don't know. Where? Who can follow them? How far have they gone?
Great question.
So Lucian, since you watched, you did see through Hugin's eyes as they looped all the way around the market and landed just on the other side. And the pelican is looking back at your group again.
Yeah.
So he's basically right, like, right there, dumbass. You know? Great.
Yes. Yeah, I can't really point to it, cause you know, I don't know where I'm pointing. but it's over there. I just point over, like in the general vicinity of across the street.
Hmm.
Over there somewhere. I don't know. It's looking at us.
You still trying to catch it or what?
I'm eating. No, I don't
Uh,
care.
Nah, I'm saying this is Zeta.
What was that? Sorry.
You're still trying
He's
to catch
answering.
this
You're still
thing?
trying to catch it. I go out there and kill it.
No, I'm not gonna go kill it. I'm gonna go talk to it.
It's probably some wizard familiar.
It could be one of my classmates, even.
Yeah, but if I shoot it, then he'll revert, and then we'll know that. Won't we?
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Eat your soup. And she runs in the direction of the pelican again.
He yells after her. I think it's more like a stew.
It's good though. I'm surprised she has the energy to go run around, considering she kind of needing.
She's used to, like, fasting, I would think. Besides, she had pocket bacon earlier. You guys didn't.
Fucking pocket bacon.
She's gonna run out of that soon. I think that
But
was
this
her
is
last.
a bacon soup.
Nice! I'm gonna pick the pieces out and put those in my pocket.
Oh my god.
That's just gross.
Yep.
That's not my focus now. My focus now is on the pelican. I would, but I'm out of spells, out of wild shape.
Mm.
But I could, like, well, yeah, not really a bird either. I can't do a bird either. But, like, even if I could become a creature that would run up there. But
Like your squirrel form or something.
Right. Can I see it? Although I'd be afraid to be
You
eaten by
can
it.
see it.
And it's looking at me?
It is still looking at you, but it's... As you're pushing your way through the crowd and rushing to get close to it again, it just stretches its wings out, drops off the roof, and swoops, flies across the other side of the market, and out towards the other end of town.
What is the range? Wait, the other end of town?
Mm-hmm.
So it just took off and left, like, this whole area?
Oh, it took off and flew across the bazaar. It's
Oh.
flying out of sight towards the west. It's not like it just suddenly broke the sound barrier
Right,
and
true. It's a pelican. They're not that fast.
blasted across the city.
They take a moment. What's my range of speak with animals?
Speak with animals just gives you the ability to speak and understand.
Oh, but if he's leaving, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Hmm. Well,
I don't know what
that
to do.
effort's over with.
Woo!
Yeah.
So maybe we should go on hold for just a little bit. Luthien and Remy are both away anyways.
Sure.
And I'll start writing out the cuddle recipe.
Give me time to finish off my meal too.
I'm actually doing a slow cooker beef stew tonight for tomorrow.
Sweet.
Got the recipe sitting here in front of me. Then again, I'd have to start this, like, it's gotta cook for 8 to 12 hours, right?
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too bad.
Pretty close, Gage. I mean, we're in the bazaar, assuming that her stall is still. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah. It's not a day if I don't bleed somewhere.
Are you okay?
Huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I was taking a bandage off one of my wounds. I was like looking at it, then it started bleeding again.
Oof.
This one happens to be on my Achilles tendon, so
Ooh.
Ouch.
Ouch, yeah.
yeah, it makes it fun in my boots every
Oh,
day.
every step, basically.
Ow. Ow.
I have necrosis, so I don't feel shit.
Oh crap.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
don't.
good.
I didn't even know I was hurt until I was bleeding on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Yeah. So I don't
Your
really
family
feel it, but I
must
gotta check
freak
it.
out.
When I was a kid, they did.
Yeah, I bet. It's a lot to
That's a
take
lot.
to see like somebody, and especially when the kid's like, "What?" You know.
I was like 6 and I cut my leg from the shin all the way around to the back of the knee, and on a rock when I was playing, and I knew I fell. I just didn't realize I had
Didn't
hurt
really.
myself.
Just
Mhm.
kept on with your fun day.
Went back to the house and people were like screaming, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
It's just a scratch. What?
Tis but a flesh wound.
Bleeding on
Meanwhile.
the tile.
Yeah. Or it doesn't hurt.
Oh. Makes
Crazy.
Yeah.
sense
That happened to me when I crashed the quad. Got a big old gash on my knee, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm walking fine." Oh wait, I'm missing part of my flesh. That's
When
not good.
when I cut my wrist open a couple months ago, like 3 months ago now, I guess. Um, the when I got hit with that shard of porcelain, it like slashed my wrist open. I told a couple of my guys to go get the first aid kit so I could like clean it
Mhm.
with some alcohol and like throw a Band-Aid on it, and then like when I went to go try and clean it, I could like see my tendons, and it was like, oh, never mind. We need to go.
Yeah.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Good to go. Good as new.
Nah, I don't care. I work hard all the time.
My brother,
Yep.
one of my brothers anyway, is kind of crazy when it comes to like patching himself up when he's sick. He's just swears by super glue with any cut.
Super glue and duct tape.
Yeah. And these are crazy cuts. These are not your basic ones. He's does like construction and plastering and stonework and stuff. So like you, he gets hurt a lot.
It's actually a good trick if you have, like, if you can't stitch. You can
Yeah.
just put super glue on both sides of a cut and then crisscross a piece of thread over the cut.
Piece of thread.
Yeah, so you press it down and pull the wound tight just like you would by stitching it, but
Interesting.
you're just gluing it down.
Brilliant.
Of all the times I've been seriously injured, I've only ever had the stitches the one time, and that was on my wrist. And the wound looks so awful that I will never get stitches again. The guy did a really crappy job, and
Yeah.
it healed all kinds of. I have a hole in my wrist. Like, I could like probably like store stuff in the thing. I have like a fold, a permanent fold in my wrist skin, and it will be there forever. But I was worried about seeing the tendons, so
Yeah.
I honestly I didn't even hit any of my tendons. So like I would have been totally fine to have just like poured some fucking alcohol on it, super glue, duct tape, go back to work. But I didn't want to risk it, especially since it's my right hand and I'm right-handed. So
Yeah, that's important.
yeah, it still hurts all the time. Sometimes like I can feel it in my bones when like I bend it the wrong way. I can feel it in my bone. Good stuff.
I've never really like hurt myself badly.
Don't think I've gone a week without hurting myself badly.
Like I've never broken a bone. Or dislocated anything, or I've been bit by a few animals. It's funny what that does to you. It makes you not care anymore. Because you're like, I'm tougher than you.
I got in a fight with one of my dogs one time because he bit me, and then I startled him, and he bit my hand because he didn't realize it was me. But
Right.
yeah, I had to I had to wrestle with him after that, make sure he understood that like I'm the master. No bite in the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, right. I got bit by a dog when I was little. And then another dog when I was like 11. First one was a German Shepherd. Second one was a poodle. Got me right near the eye. I still have like a tiny scar. Got me right near the eye. And then it was just a series of cats after that. And the cats actually did more damage.
Yeah, cats are fucking assholes. My cat scratches the shit out of me all the time.
Yeah, mine too. He's gotten better, but he is particularly an asshole. My other two cats, they never scratched me. But this one, he's a jerk. He's sweet when he wants to be. He's like super sweet when he wants to be. And then he just turns. What's a box cat?
Is that where it's a cat in a box?
Oh, all cats
Yeah.
love boxes. That's the whole if it fits, it sits thing. Matter of fact, if Zeta ever uses her cat form, we'll have to keep that in mind. It's true. I have a picture of one of my cats in the Chinese food takeout box.
Oh, it was just trying to be with his relatives.
Yeah. He'd given up.
Aw.
No, it was just, the empty box, all of the food was in it.
To be fair,
Here's your
China
cuddle
does not
recipe.
eat cats.
Thank you.
Oh shit, my cat's outside. Hold on.
Ooh.
It's a really forgiving recipe, so the cook time in the oven is pretty easy.
Roughly chopped, huh? Or Dutch oven, huh?
Mhm.
I'm gonna look that up.
It's just a big ceramic pot, basically.
Oh, okay. Huh. cool. I'd have to buy that though. Is this done over a stovetop or a whole oven? Okay. Dang. Then I won't be
Yeah,
able to
you
make
do
it.
this. You use the stovetop to make the bacon and sausages, and then the rest goes into the oven.
Man, I won't be able to make it then. My oven's broken, unfortunately. Though, something to strive for when I finally get it fixed. Because that looks so good. Oh my god.
I think I've given Digit a couple of recipes. For stovetop stuff.
What have you been doing?
Yes, I would love those because I'm always willing to learn how to cook for myself because what I do know is not enough to make a balanced diet over a week or so.
And to answer your
Literally, I guess.
question earlier, Ansel, like Zeta would always chase the pelican, but out of character, I'm like, oh, I don't want to chase a bird all day and drive you guys nuts.
First thing she does is run off. So where are you at right now? Like, cause I'm still underneath this little banner that's keeping me dry, and probably finishing up my pot of awesome food. So is Luthien.
Well, right now I'm staring at Luthien with like my hands on the table, asking him what he saw through Hugin's eyes, or what he's seeing through Hugin's eyes, because Hugin's still following the pelican, I presume. And that's where we left off.
That's just watching us.
Still?
Since it took
So I
off
haven't missed anything.
took off from the building, it actually flew and just kept flying. I think the pelican with the bigger wingspan, though, is gonna start to outpace Hugin after a while,
Oh, most likely.
and it just keeps flying across the rest of town, disappearing beyond where Hugin can see.
Sada's all disappointed to hear that news. Goes over to the lady to get some dinner.
You need 5 silver, I say as she's going towards the stall.
I'm pretty sure I have it.
Alrighty.
Okay. Oh, well,
Well, thank you.
was
Oh,
she
that's
kind to
for
you
her.
then?
Ah,
Thank you, Ansel.
always the gentleman.
Keep the change, filthy animal.
I create a minor illusion of a pelican in the window, and I point at Zeta. Look.
Can you even do that?
You
Yeah.
actually can, now that he's
Oh,
subclassed as a bird.
Jerk.
Yup.
Do I recognize it, or do I really think it's a pelican?
It's minor illusion, so you believe it until you identify it.
Well, shit.
And
so
then it flies
she-
away.
Which is-
Oh my god, so she drops the food on the table and
So-
runs outside.
Actually,
again.
it's actually, can I only make a still image?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're
Alright.
an illusionist wizard, it has to be still. It can't move.
Okay, yeah. As soon as she runs outside, it disappears.
Luthien, seeing the trick and quite enjoying it, will then make one appear on her shoulder.
You guys are assholes out of character, by the way.
I'm just gonna go back to my soup. Just gonna enjoy the soup and ignore the circus that is in front of me.
And I think that pelican is real on my shoulder now.
It has no weight. You can't even feel it there, so you can tell that it's not real.
Who's fucking with me?
But Lithian, it's actually it's sound and image is the illusion effect. Skill of
Yeah.
illusion. So the minor illusion can create something that moves, but it can't exceed 5 feet squared.
I thought you couldn't move it unless you had illusion wizard, third or
Nope.
second level thing, and that you could create an image and a noise, but you couldn't like change it. So like if you
No,
made a
there's
creature and
nothing-
just stood there ramrod stiff.
There's actually nothing saying that.
Well, okay.
Unless you read it as sound or image of an object, as object doesn't include creature.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true.
But even, even if you make an illusory object, it can still move. So you can make like a bucket that just floats in the air and does nothing. Or make it fly around the room in circles or whatever. I actually started using it in Slade's game and power gaming with it because he just didn't like any illusion magic.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
I started just making buckets on people's heads and blankets and stuff to blind them.
Mhm. Well, on to better things.
Um,
I'm just trying to teach a valuable lesson. Don't believe everything you see, and don't chase everything blindly.
Yeah,
Don't go
they're-
chasing waterfalls.
especially if those waterfalls could fly away from you.
Stick to the rivers and streams that you're used to.
I didn't go that far.
no, you basically just ran around the block.
Could have been a trap if somebody knew that she would follow it.
True.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure everyone that's ever met her would know that she would follow it.
True.
True.
Well, now you can enjoy food. Just stop running off. We still got a couple things to do after we.
I'm eating. And she takes a bite and starts devouring this wonderful meal.
Yeah, it's got bacon in it.
Mm,
You know how much you love bacon.
you actually all do really enjoy the meal, and yeah, why not? Everyone's character sheet, tick the little inspiration box,
Ooh, yay!
and that'll last for the rest of the day.
Inspiration.
So what?
The little
On your
inspiration
character
box
sheet,
underneath your
there's a
character
little... Yeah,
I couldn't hear you
Above-
guys were both talking.
It's
Say again.
it's above proficiency. You see where your proficiency bonus is
I
at?
see it. Yep.
Click on it and you'll get an inspiration die, which gives you a d6, I believe, when you make a roll.
no, not that one. The inspiration on your character sheet is something that I as a DM can give you. I've not been using it effectively.
Gives you advantage, right?
When you use... It lets you reroll any 1d20 roll anytime that as long as you have it. So I'm specifying this is just you really enjoyed the soup. You're enjoying the festival, you're taking part in things. So you get inspiration until tonight. So for the rest of the day, before you take a long rest, you have this inspiration so you can re-roll any one roll you want to,
Awesome.
which will
It's really
consume it.
My
So
coming
for
in
example, with the perception check that Ansel rolled a critical success on, Luthien could have re-rolled his if he had the inspiration, since he was uncomfortable with his 7.
Definitely.
Or say you just whiff it and get like a crit fail, you could use your inspiration to re-roll that so it's not a crit fail again. Very handy. Yay, this is the first time we got it. I'm gonna be looking forward to using it, possibly.
Is it a one-time use or a duration? You said the rest of the day, or until we use
It's
it?
a one-time use.
Okay.
It's just that if you don't use it before tonight, like before you go to your long rest, it'll expire.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good, guys. You wanna head over to that Caravantheum before this good feeling wears off?
Yeah, and the storm's gonna start soon too, so we should go.
Yeah, let's hustle. Assuming everybody's here.
Zeta holds up what's left of her bowl, like drinking the juices out of it, slams it down in front of her, and heads towards the door. No,
Yeah.
wait. She'd give the bowl to the lady because the lady asked, and then go
Yeah.
out the door.
Yeah, let's give them back. It was delicious. They deserve to have their things back. So I guess we all just roll up and deposit our bowls one at a time. Finger guns. You mean finger crossbows?
You mean just fingered?
Oh
No, don't do that.
no,
You don't
that's-
want to cause a
that's-
scene.
That's not what she meant. That's not what he meant.
Oh, he did mean that. Look at that.
He said, yeah.
Well, you can't take it back, Gage. You already said yeah. Okay. Well, sure you did. It's okay, buddy. It's okay to admit that you're attracted to a certain race. I mean, women, they're pretty cool. Okay. Look, I know you're frustrated, but it's fine. It's totally fine. It's just you may have to talk about it if you don't want to. As he pats him on the shoulder.
It's like he has a sore throat and he has to like signal everything to us or write it down.
Yeah, why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything. I'm trying to be supportive here,
Oh.
That's what friends do.
Is that what you and Ansel get down with? Is that why Ansel has a sore throat? Okay, it's whatever, man. We ain't gonna judge.
Okay. Whatever. So, Caravanthium, yeah?
Caravansary?
Caravansary.
Yeah, I been saying it wrong. Caravansary, yes. Yes. That place.
Caravan
I had
caravan
no idea
thingy.
where,
I have no idea where
I
it's
had
at.
no idea where
Got
you were
another
getting it from.
I'm gonna make a
Um,
note.
That caravan stuff and things.
Caravancy, yes?
Caravansky, like the Russian.
It's a Russian caravan.
Caravancy. Caravancy. Dot on.
Is that where you buy a wagon that's inside of another wagon that's inside of a much larger wagon?
Oh.
Nesting wagons.
If the outer layer gets destroyed, another one pops out, and if that one gets destroyed, an even smaller wagon pops out.
It's like
That'd
the
be pretty dope.
It's like the Batmobile, like with the Bat motorcycle in it from Dark Knight. It's like,
Yup.
oh, this one's done.
Let's roll.
Off to the Caravansky. The combat.
Caravancy. Yeah. I don't know where it is. Somebody you lead the way.
Wait, do any of us know where it is?
Yeah, I've been there.
Remy, Zeta, and no, Lucian. Yeah, Lucian went.
You were there when we exchanged the money.
Oh, right.
Mm.
It's in the same place as that. I remember now.
Yeah, lead the way, guys.
Okay, here, follow me. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Flourish. Shield up, hand on my money.
So as you're getting down to that end of town, there aren't really as many people outside. It seems like now that the tournament is over and the bazaar is winding down, a lot of people are just going home to ride out the weather. every couple of street corners, though, like where the roads branch off from the main path, you do see um, keepers. So more dwarves in the same simple gray robes. And they all have, it's like a thick leather belt that has a really, really big metal thing on the front. It kind of looks like a championship belt. It's a girdle.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Cool belt.
Very cool belt. What what's up with your belt?
Are you
Wait,
stopping to ask one, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the one that you stopped to ask, she seems a little bit friendlier than most of the others. Like, she's not grim-faced, she's got a little bit of a smile, and she nods as you guys are coming by. But the girdle is it's just a part of the uniform, really.
It looks really cool. Honestly.
It's a bit for protection.
huh.
Protect your
It's armor, it's a weapon, it's something to restrain people if you need to. It's just a useful tool, really.
Hmm.
interesting.
Never thought of using a belt as a weapon before.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool that you guys thought of something like that. It doesn't do anything special. It's just like a really big belt buckle, right?
Oh no, there's no magic to it. It's just about mastery yourself and of the things that you carry.
Yeah. Be a lot cooler if it was. Then I walk away.
So
All
that
right, all
logic,
right, all right.
that logic isn't bad though. I guess we do gotta hurry on. You have a good patrol or whatever you're doing tonight. You know,
She
little
just
nod.
kind of shrugs to Luthion's comment. And you enjoy the city while you're here?
Yeah, it's been great. Hey. Oh.
Fun. We gotta catch up with Luthien. I don't want to get lost. So I guess I'm gonna disengage from this conversation and just go with my shield over my head.
Zeta's also been there, so she's not too worried about getting lost.
You gonna keep talking to this dwarf lady, Zeta?
Sure. So is it?
And
Is
Ansel
it?
wants to buy a parasol.
What's that?
He wants to buy a parasol.
I don't want a parasol.
Yeah, umbrella.
Hmm.
That's what they were used to use for umbrellas, right? Like a parasol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Usually they're like kind of frilly, help keep your expensive dress dry from the rain.
I think it was
Or the
more to
well, a
block the
parasol
sun.
it was more to block the sun, yeah.
Or the heat.
It's a frilly thing to block the sun so you don't get a tan.
Who needs a parasol when you got a shield?
No one's getting a tan in this rain.
I know, I'll just use my trusty frying pan as a drying pan.
Yeah. I think I actually do have like cooking supplies on me, so if you guys want to grab like a pot, you could put it on your head.
I'll just keep prestidigitation and myself clean. Dry myself out, let myself get wet again. Over and over and over.
I just don't think it bothers Zeta at all. So this lady, so ma'am, so wait, out of character, this woman's basically security? Is that right?
Looks
Um,
like it, I guess.
her
that-
position, she wears the same robes as the keepers who you first met when you were at the arena.
The keepers are the
And
healers?
you've seen several of them. They're the healers, the priests, they're the people that wear the grey robes that were in charge of the tournament.
Okay.
And it's the head keeper who's organizing most of the events.
Oh. Okay, so then in that case, she would probably say, the events have been amazing. I'm doing okay so far.
Well, I'm mighty glad to hear it. Which events are you taking part in?
The one where there's fighting with the partner?
Oh, in the big tournament, yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
I haven't been able to watch it too much yet. I got to hear a little bit of bits and pieces of the fights, but a little busy with duty.
Hey, you haven't seen a pelican kind of hanging out and eyeballing people, have you?
This is Nargla. You're gonna see more than a couple of them.
I'm sorry, what was the first part? Nargo what?
Nargala, the city that you're in.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, but this pelican was like giving me the hairy eyeball.
Hmm?
Or are you eating some by any chance?
No. Matter of fact, I tried.
That's usually what they're looking for.
Maybe it smelled my bacon. It wasn't very close though. It was staring at my group, but I get never mind.
It's alright. You know, you got the shiny things in your hair and your horns there too on your just walking stick.
You think he was looking at me?
Birds are always into some sort of shiny things. I
That's
wouldn't
true.
worry about it too much.
That's true. Hey, do you see a lot of different types of fighters here when you do these events?
Well, when I get to actually watch the tournament.
Hey, you haven't heard of
We're a
any.
little bit short-handed for this sort of event, though.
What are you doing now for the event, or is your job done and now you get to relax for a minute?
I'm on guard duty around the city.
Yeah, they need that. There's some crazies, but I promise to tell my friends to chill out.
Rude.
You didn't hear any of that, or
No,
did
I
you?
didn't.
There
No,
does,
I'll walk off.
there does happen to be some blind spots, especially around the west end of town.
Oh, it's dangerous over on the west end?
Well, it's blind spots. We can't have everybody everywhere. So most people coming for the tournament, for the events, for the merchants, all the trade and everything, they come up from the south end. They don't come down from the north. So it's the west end. It's the road we don't go by so much because we don't really need to. So some blind spots there. The people that are gonna steal coin or rough you up, most of them probably gonna be that into the city.
Thanks for that information. I appreciate that. And I'll keep an eye
Oh, it's no
out.
trouble at all.
And I'll keep an eye out for any theft or anything and make sure no one gets hurt, at least while I'm around.
Well, it is much appreciated, but if you got a choice to it, do let the keepers know.
Yeah, I will. I won't try to take on the world totally by myself. You haven't. No, that's a stupid question. Never mind. Okay, I can't help myself. You haven't seen where any druids anywhere by any chance, or heard of anything like that?
Druids. Oh, the last I heard, we got one suddenly decided to pop out of a fairy tale for the tournament.
What did they look like?
I haven't heard too much.
I think you're.
Just some woman turns into beasts and
Yeah,
calls wolves from the earth.
that's that's probably me. Actually, yeah, that's definitely me. Actually,
Ah, I suppose it's an honor to meet a legend come to life then.
psh, a legend. My master was a legend. I'm just trying to survive.
Don't go selling yourself short now. There's one of you I've ever seen. Most the city's ever seen. If people don't seen it in Argla, probably not seen it in anywhere else in Imrand either. It's
Well,
quite something either way.
she kind of stands taller than she usually does just for a moment because she's not used to praise.
Lol.
Well, all right, Ansel. I know where it is, but you're right. We should catch up with them. So it was very much a pleasure to meet you, ma'am, and maybe I'll see you at the tournament again.
Pleasure meeting you as well. I'll try to at least hear secondhand what happened.
At least I hope.
Best of luck with your next one.
Thank you. And I'm sure Ansel's probably practically dragging her off, so.
Mm. So how far are me and Luthien by now?
You and Luthien would probably be down around here, while Zeta and Ansel are more around here.
And Remy? Where's Remy positioned at? Did you come with us,
I
Remy?
don't know, he
yeah.
hasn't said anything for a while.
I'm just following.
Me and Luthien or Ansel and okay,
Yeah.
so he's with us.
I just assumed that you're following them. So as the three of you are drawing up on the caravanserai, you can see it was a lot busier last time you were here. That said, it's still pretty packed. There's quite a few people around. There's a lot of wagons and there's horses in all the stables. There's people milling back and forth. But most of them seem to be trying to, keep close to the buildings where they can be under the underhang. And by this point, the raindrops are starting to get a little bigger. It's still not a really heavy rainfall, but it's larger drops now, so your people are starting to actually get wet.
Mm.
By nightfall, it's gonna be pretty stormy, so we should hustle. I mean, it's already there now, but it's gonna get worse, I think.
I wonder how their carts are positioned. Are they like it's like a ye old car car dealership, or do you guys know where we
More
should
or
go to
less.
find? Ah, okay.
Basically the wagons are set. They're pulled in forward, and then the horses are unhitched and they're rolled to turn around here
Oh.
or down this end, wherever they're at. They're turned around by rolling them by hand.
Hmm. So let's go look for one we wanna get, guys, and probably get an estimate, because pretty sure we won't have enough just yet.
Yeah, probably not, but I mean, we can at least figure out how much they cost.
For sure, because then we know how much to bet on the next matches, you know?
Isn't that how it works?
Well, we've been
Um,
Till
doing
we
pretty
lose.
good.
Till we lose.
Yep.
Then we're coming out of here riding a donkey. All of us. One donkey.
the inn is the eye down here, where the caravanserai is the sea over here.
Actually, not as far as I thought it was gonna be.
So there's a decent sort of variety to the wagons that you can see. There's a lot of them are pretty similar to what you had before, where it's the canvas canopy over the top, and otherwise just kind of a simple wagon. Then there's stagecoaches that are enclosed in more of a solid wood frame. All the way up to, you can even see a couple of halfling caravan wagons, which are kind of like, the bottom is a very large and sturdy construction, but then the rest above it is a lot of hodgepodge, where it might be other parts of wagons or boats or whatever's solid and made of wood, even if it had to be hacksawed apart because it was all broken originally. It's kind of a jigsaw that's been built from several different decades of materials.
Neat.
Interesting.
So what are you guys thinking? A stagecoach, covered one like we used to have, or something else?
Well, I mean, bigger is better.
Well, I mean, whatever's in our budget that is of good quality.
Everything's in our budget. Maybe.
Possibly. Let's go ask around.
Let me show you a whole new world.
Do you wrap your arms around him as you're doing
Mhm.
this?
Yes. Absolutely. With my arm over his shoulder.
Well, let's look at the best one they got and see how much it costs, and then
And we'll go down from there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like a good plan. Actually, I actually kind of like that. Let's go.
I'm gonna saunter in, throwing my cape back and forth.
Gonna walk normally with my shield over my head, I guess. If that
Waving
counts
the
as well.
cloak. I love it.
Yeah, just throwing the cloak around.
Swish, 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 swish.
You gotta put a little bit of swagger in it, you know.
Sure.
That way these people know that they're dealing with a
Um,
distinguished gentleman of taste.
We are here to buy your finest carriage.
Yes. He's doing his voice, that voice he tried to do when his friend showed up.
Opulence. We has it.
So is there like a stall that we walk up to? Oh, go ahead.
The very biggest wagon that you can see is definitely one of the halfling caravan ones. It's still, like I mentioned, kind of hodgepodge and all over the place in its construction. But it's definitely the biggest one.
Excellent. I immediately walk towards it to inspect it.
Mm,
Must make sure that this is of a fine quality, matching
Sure.
our superior tastes.
sure, I guess. Considering I'm proficient in this kind of thing, I'd probably be able to see if it's sturdy or not.
Does anybody have a monocle?
So from a distance, Wilfred, it looks like it's ready to fall apart at any second.
Perfect.
But as you come closer, you can see that while it's weird in its construction, the entire thing has been worked on for decades. It's the product of a lot of different minds and different hands coming together to build the same thing. So anywhere that it seems like it's wobbly or it might be unstable, it's been fixed or patched or adjusted or braced. So the whole thing is kind of leaning on itself, is I guess the best way to put it.
Well,
So it's sturdy enough for wear and tear, but you imagine if it ever got hit in combat for any reason, it would probably all crumble to pieces.
ooh, yeah, I'm gonna tell Remy and Luthien that, like, I don't know if this is the one for us guys, considering, well, everything that's ever happened to us.
The
It's
best picture that I can find for it.
probably not something we want to buy.
Oh my.
What else do you have for sale? Anything else?
Wait, are we actually talking to somebody, or
This
did we just
isn't-
wander around?
No, you're not. You're not talking to anybody
I didn't
right
think
now.
so.
You're just wandering and looking. There are 3 halfling wagons like that, though, that are all kind of over large and over engineered.
we might have to go with non-halfling design guys, because they
Yeah, they
seem
don't-
to fit, not fit our lifestyle.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty ill-advised on the designs.
Plus, halflings are like half my size, so it'd be pretty tough to get in that dang thing.
Yeah, the living spaces, like looking at the doors, seem to be adjusted a little bit for larger people. But for anyone larger than a dwarf, it's probably still too small to be comfortable.
I'm a bit larger than that.
Same.
I'm skinny, but I'm tall.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of on the tall side.
Yeah, we are.
Well, I wonder what else we got here.
Thought I was the tall one, and I'm actually not. And I'm actually the short one, and I'm like 6 something.
Yeah.
No,
6,
Luthien is the tallest, Remy is second tallest.
Oh,
Zeta is the shortest.
I'm 6 foot. even.
5.
Yeah.
And Wilfred is 5'11", Luthien is 6'1",
Yeah, we're all pretty close.
so it's
Hmm.
extremely close.
I guess that's not that tall, but by
Dwarf standards?
I don't know D&D stand. Yeah, by dwarf standards, it's definitely tall.
Well, you also have to remember you're half elf and I'm full elf, and they typically are tall to start with. So
True.
Yeah, for elves, we're probably just
Actually, for
average.
D&D, for D&D, elves are actually shorter than humans.
oh, that's right. I forgot
Oh.
that
They're
actually. is
shorter
right.
and thinner.
Yeah, I forgot. Well, what
So
else?
Luthien is an outlier in being very tall for an elf.
Hmm.
Not to the point of being, like, freakish, but enough that you're gonna be getting comments from people very frequently that you're really tall.
Yeah, I looked up my race sizes and just picked something kind of in between. Maybe a little bit on the tall side.
Meh. At least you're decent sized.
Anyway, do we see? Is there anything in particular that looks like
Mm.
something that would be practical for us?
Fit our height category.
Um, you see some standard sort of sized wagons. And oh, sorry, they're just kind of looking, so this is around the time that you're finishing your conversation. So you're on your way to catching up, Ansel.
I
I
wouldn't
was
mind.
looking for reference at the same time as I was talking.
Also, maybe they would be willing to, customize one or something like that while we're here. I don't know how long that would take, but I wouldn't mind it being something that looks like, something that might impress, if we're going to be an adventuring company and convince people that we are, like, we know what we're doing. We had like a somewhat impressive looking, like, wagon that we travel in, or carriage. It might make us seem more legit as a professional adventuring company.
Hmm. Yeah, you might have a point there. Giving people rides and guarding them is a lucrative business, I suppose.
Indeed.
Does anything fit the budget?
So there's
Did we ever come up
the
with an
standard,
actual
there's
name? I
more,
think we've gone over this several times, and I'm not sure if there was any official. Was there
no,
ever
there
an
was
official?
never an official verdict. The one that I think got
Surprise
the
party.
most popularity was the Conflagrant Few outside of the joke names.
Yeah,
Surprise party.
surprise party.
I'm
To be
okay
fair,
with.
we're full of surprises.
I'm okay with either of those. I like the Conflagrant Few. I like the surprise
That one was
party.
mostly because
The fire.
you guys were still in the caves with the orcs, and everything was on fire like every 2 minutes.
All the
Yup.
time. I've set
Well,
everyone
I
on
think it's
fire in this party.
Luthien still sets everybody on fire. But I like surprise party. That works too. Does it sound professional?
Not really, but
No, but you know what else isn't professional?
Mhm.
That new squad goal Ansel needs to burn.
uh,
Um. So there's quite a few different wagons around. It's a lot of more standard fare. Um. Sorry, I'm trying to decide on how to word this. And if it actually matches the bill where I'm thinking about it,
Mm.
Wilfred, I want you to roll me a retroactive persuasion.
Persuasion, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, let's see how this goes.
How about can Flagrant
Yeah,
Few
so
be
you
our
don't know.
official what we put on the wagons and stuff like that, and Surprise Party be our kind of our unofficial name?
That's fine.
I'm cool with that.
So you don't know what this one actually is, but it is another wagon that you see is probably the second biggest.
Whoa.
Hello.
It seems quite military in purpose. It looks
That would
kind
fit.
of like a miniature fort on
Wow.
wheels.
Hey guys.
I
Um,
want it.
so just by looking at it, you can see there's an enclosed bench, which would be where you drive from. And above the bench is the space you can see with the arrow slits,
Hmm.
which is probably an observation post and archer's area. There's the midsection, which is where those open sides are, where the flamethrowers are in the picture. And behind that, there's a more open space, a much larger area that you can assume would be where the ramp comes down and opens up. And on the roof, there's also a small palisade. Or not palisade, crenellation.
Ah.
So there's a rooftop with like cover and arrow slits up there too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see the murder holes in the back. I like it.
Oh. Well, I think this fits everybody's interest.
It might be a little bit much, but if this is the best we can do, I'm happy with.
That's we can.
If we can afford.
I mean, it fits our purpose, I guess.
I don't think this wagon wheel is gonna fall off anytime soon, even if you hit it with the war pick. Which is exactly what we need right now.
I
Something
like
that
it. Looks good.
will survive us.
It's serious.
It definitely seems to be the most hardy in construction
Doesn't
out
look
of all
cheap
the ones
though.
that you've seen.
Well, this thing doesn't look cheap though. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, I think I've seen forts less sturdier than this thing.
All right, so how much is it? That's the
Uh,
question.
I don't know. Ask around, see if you can't find a salesman or owner.
Oh, I mean, if we gotta look around for them, I mean, hey, free stuff.
How would you haul it though?
I actually like. I mean, the one that you posted right above that. Is that one of them too? With just with all the. I mean, I like it minus all the stuff. Is that stuff stacked on top of it? Is that what that is?
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
closest approximation. It's a halfling caravan one.
Yeah, I mean, I like it minus all
So
the
it's
like.
all
If you
that
didn't have all
extra
the
is
stuff
because
stacked on
it's
it.
built
Yeah.
it's built from a giant hodgepodge.
So something that
So
we would
it's
destroy.
kind of a
Yeah.
mix and match of all kinds of different things. It
I mean,
seems like
my.
it would just be just fine on the road, but if it ever got into combat, one solid hit would potentially send the whole thing crumbling to pieces.
Yeah.
Was
I
what
mean,
I
do they
said
have one
earlier.
that doesn't have all the like stacked stuff up on top? Like just the nice kind of
That's not
fancy looking.
That's
Carriage?
not actually what it looks like. There are plenty
Oh,
of
okay.
regular fancy carriages, though, is what I said earlier
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I got somebody was at my house and it was kind of distracting a lot, so that's why I had to take a break for a bit. And
Kick them out.
Yeah,
no, they were.
take them out. That's what you do.
Anyway, yeah, that's I kind of like the fancier look, personally. I know you guys like the more war one, but we can see what the prices are and then compare.
That's fair. So let's see if we can't find an
Those are
owner.
just the two biggest ones that you've seen.
Huh.
I'm kind of looking for reference on other ones that are roughly what I have in mind.
This one might be a bit
I think
big.
that you guys like the one just because of fire. That's why Luthien likes it.
Well, to be fair, if we're ever being assaulted by bandits or whatever, it'd be fairly easy to fight them from above. I mean, the only person that really needs to fight up close is me.
Is it really a
And-
good idea to use fire from a wagon made of wood?
Well,
Whack.
I'm sure
If
this
you
wood
were
is
paying
taken care of.
attention, the wood is fire retardant.
I know it. Okay.
That's
I
what
wasn't
the
distracted.
picture says, but this isn't a perfect reference to the picture.
Yep.
Oh.
It's just a rough reference for sort of what it looks like.
Well, we could take care of it.
It's not necessarily a fire wagon. It's just a military wagon.
Yeah, it's basically like a small fort on wheels.
Which I love, by the way.
I like
We'll see how much it is.
the giant oryx, whatever those are.
Giant buffalo, basically. An oryx
Big
is
cow.
Oryx is a European buffalo that went extinct like several hundred years ago.
One of the next bigger ones that you see is kind of... It doesn't look as much... It doesn't look as fortified as the second one that you noticed, but it's not as hodgepodge as the first either. It actually looks like it has a built-in spare wheel system in the front. It's difficult to say exactly what kind of wagon it is because it seems like it serves several different purposes at once.
Oh. Huh.
It's kind of a living quarters, and then there's also a cage built in the front. The bench is open, but there's also a cabin behind it where you could probably tuck away and still use the reins.
I don't know, guys. There's so many fantastic ones. Perhaps we should just settle with a regular one for now. Unless, because, like, I'm
Let's
imagining
just
these
find out how
fantastic
much
ones.
it costs. Let's find out
Yeah.
what it costs, and then we'll figure it out.
Alright. So we'll find out the cost of a regular one and these interesting looking ones. So I guess we look for the nearest person that looks like they would be selling these things.
Well, this isn't quite a car dealership, so it's kind of, just the owners.
Oh.
The second one doesn't take too long, though, because as you're kind of circling around and getting a close look at it, someone actually peeks their head up from the top, looking down at all of you. And this is around the time that Ansel and Zeta are catching up.
Hey, are you selling this wagon?
Hi.
Hi.
Depends what you're paying. And it's a human man. He's probably in his mid-30s or so. You'd have to guess based on the way that he's dressed and that he looks, he might be a sellsword.
Is it the fort one or the...
The fort one.
And how much is it?
Well, we didn't get a price. He just
You
said,
didn't.
That was in character. Sorry, should have specified
ah,
that.
It was asked how much, or if it was for sale, and he said depends how much you're paying.
I mean,
Well, you know, we pay a fair price. It depends on, you know, if we agree on what a fair price is.
it's a bit, run down a little bit. I mean, we can fix it up, but it's gonna cost us some money to renovate it.
Fair price
many-
doesn't sound like a lot of zeros.
how much gold do we have, guys?
How many miles are on this thing?
How many? Yeah,
Guy's
You got
gonna
the
kick
Carfax?
the tires.
you got the Carfax. You how many zeros are you looking for this number to have?
Like I said, depends how much you're paying.
$5.
What's a dollar?
That's a good point. 300 gold.
What's the gold to dollars conversion rate? Or even Canadian's fine?
Oh, it's 0.05 Canadian to gold per ounce.
What was his response to 300 gold? I didn't catch the response.
He giggled at us.
Yeah, he snickered.
I don't think he liked that. I think we need to give him more.
Nah, I think we should just find a cheaper one.
I mean, he giggled at 300. I'm just saying. So, I mean, like, if 300 ain't the number, what is the number?
I mean, how much gold do we have, guys? In the party group, party gold.
Oh, in just the party gold,
Yeah.
we have the equivalent of 710 gold.
So how about 700 then?
No, you don't want to offer them the farm.
Now, let Remy handle this. This is Remy's thing, man. Let him.
All right. I'll let you guys take a hold of this. You guys do your thing.
Well, I mean, if we were looking to buy a wagon, say for 300, what would you recommend? I mean, the last one we bought was, how much did we spend for it? 100, 200 gold, and it came with horses, but it wasn't. Admittedly, it wasn't very good. We need a better one, so we'll pay a little more.
I believe it was you borrowed it for 50 gold, and then you bought it for 150.
Yeah. And that
Because
also
you
came
rented
with
it and the
horses.
horses.
Like the horses
Yeah,
were
you
most of
rented
that,
it with the
honestly.
team of horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. He's selling the caravan thing. You're not.
I mean, the wagon itself was probably only about 50 of that 150.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we need a better one because that one broke. So we're looking for something a little higher quality. But I mean, we're not looking to.
Or at least something with armored wheels, because that was the only reason why it broke.
Going off the cliff didn't help.
True, but it wouldn't have gone off the cliff if it didn't bust the wheel.
We don't need to. We don't need to
The wheel
discuss the
busting
reasons.
was back when you were in the swamp.
True. But, I mean, when that lady smacked her war pick against
Nah,
the wheel.
I don't know. I think you're.
Yeah,
I
that
think
made
you
it
dreamed
VR,
that.
of
I don't know what
course.
you're talking
True.
about. We don't need to talk about what happened to the wagon. We'll just say we need a better one.
Yep. I definitely agree with that.
So, like, I mean, we like this. We definitely like this wagon, but if 300 is I mean, if we're far from the price, then we should probably look for something different. I mean, do you have any recommendations? We need
Try
something
one of those
sturdy,
smaller ones.
something sturdy and practical. Do you do finance? Do you do financing?
No.
Oh, no financing. Okay. All right. Well,
The
we'll
blades, we
keep.
make our own wagons. The blades, we make our own wagons. And we can just use them when we need them. Someone offers to pay enough, though. See how useful they are. We're not so unwilling to part with them.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like a good wagon. You guys definitely make very nice wagons. Can I do an insight check to see like how far off from the price I think we are from the 300 or
Mm,
try to determine
yeah,
like
go ahead.
where I think the price might be at?
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh,
I'll also need to combine that with a general intelligence check, though.
Hey, not bad.
Just so you
intelligence?
can try to guess it. So, admittedly, you don't know a whole lot about carpentry, so you don't know exactly how much it would have taken just for the wood that builds this thing, or the metal that reinforces it either. You do know people pretty well, though. And by his response, you can tell that you were, with 300, probably less than a quarter of the asking price.
Ooh.
Yeah, all right. All right, well, we'll keep looking then. Thanks for the assist. I don't think we'll be able to afford this one. These are going to cost a lot of money. Probably like maybe like 1,000 gold or so.
Yeah, we don't have that. At least, well, combining mine and Luthien well, we probably could scratch that.
Yeah,
Oh,
if we
yeah.
put all of our money into it, but then we would. I mean, what if something happened to this? We'd have nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Or what if we got screwed somehow and it turned out it was not a good wagon?
Right.
We can listen. We can always make some alterations to it later on. I mean, we don't have to get the perfect wagon now. I mean,
No.
we can make alterations to it for sure. But I mean, I think we're okay if we stay within the 700 to 1,000 gold range. If
So let's
it's the
go.
right one.
Right. Let's go find a sturdy standard wagon. I mean, between me and Luthien, we probably could figure out, and then you can get a decent price on it, Remy.
Well, let's look at it this way. I mean, how much do we want to spend just so that we can get from one place to another? You know?
But we got to do it in style, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
True.
think obviously the last one, you know, we want something better than that.
For sure.
But
Something with reinforced wheels would be nice.
Reinforced wheels, reinforced walls would also be good just in case of an attack. But we can totally do that later.
Right.
I mean, I would prefer there to be more wheels. I mean, 6 wheels would be great. 3 axles.
True. That sounds pretty, safe. But
But
we need
yeah.
a carpenter, and carpentry, like we need like somebody to modify it for us, because I mean, I know how to work iron, but not wood carving and things like that.
I don't feel like we need to add any wood. I feel like whatever we buy will be wood enough. I think we should be adding metal on it.
All right, that might be something I can help with, but I need to get the proper tools. But for now, I guess find a decent wagon. Let's go take another look around and see if we can't find a standard one that you could afford right now. That won't bust our bank.
All right, well, let's go look then. Let's find a good one, and then the Remy can, haggle them down so we don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it.
Yup.
Don't forget, we also on top of the wagon, we also need something to pull it, right? So, like, you can't spend 1,000 on the wagon and not be able to afford to buy horses to pull it or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's true enough.
Well, Zeta can help us out with that with her giant elk form, especially if you can apparently make her large.
I have to
Oh, yeah.
drag it all the time?
Yes, you are a pack
Yes.
mule now.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
not
why are
all
we
the time.
volunteering Zeta to pull it? Why don't you pull it? We'll put a harness around
Fuck
you
yeah.
and have you
I'll
guys
watch
pull.
that.
I could do it.
I mean, like both of you.
I mean, if you cast a spell that makes me more stronger, I could probably pull it a decent amount.
I'll tell you
Not
what,
very fast.
this is how I'd pull it. We'll go to a graveyard, an animal graveyard, and I'll
Oh,
reanimate
no.
2 dead horses, and I'll let them pull it.
Oh no.
Yeah,
God.
that's probably not going to be very inviting for our adventuring business.
Yeah, I feel like if
Mm.
we roll up in a giant armored wagon with 2 skeleton horses, I think everyone's gonna want to hire us to leave them alone.
Maybe what we should do is we should price check and then see if we win this tournament. Maybe we'll win enough money that we can afford a better one before we buy one.
Maybe. Let's get
Sure.
prices on all the ones that look good. Let's do that, and then
Yeah.
we'll make our decision.
Plus, we gotta
Alright.
get out of the rain. It's starting to pick up a little bit.
Really, I'm not noticing it.
What about this other one over here with the weird wheels in the front?
Weird wheels in the front. Wait a minute.
This one with the, I don't know, it's got like
The
some
third
kind of
wagon.
wheels.
Triple wheel.
Yeah.
I didn't ever notice that wheel. I looked at that photo for a little bit. I just didn't even notice that the wheels were like that.
I figured it was a spare.
Yeah,
it looks like
if one of the wheels
Just rotates?
breaks, you could just rotate the whole axle and switch over to a different pair of wheels.
Cool.
That's my
I
favorite
thought it
one.
was. I thought it was maybe for climbing mountains with it.
Mhm.
Or if the front ever got stuck on something, that would be another purpose, yeah.
Hey, go ask. See if we can afford this one.
Yeah, I like the look of it. It's interesting. Got some
I'm gonna look around and see if I can find anybody that looks like they might be the owner of this wagon. If I don't see anybody, maybe ask somebody who looks like they might know.
What happened to the guy that laughed at me?
That I never finished the... This is where I find out, or I realized that I never actually finished the token that I needed for this.
Uh-uh.
Nice.
Do any of these wagons actually have animals with them, or I'm assuming there are probably all the animals are like in a stable somewhere.
Yeah, the animals are all stabled.
Hmm. Are there any people right next to this weird wagon, or
No, you don't see anyone on the wagon or in it. not from outside anyway.
Want to shout out, or do we knock on the wagon
The
thing,
size of
or
it
what
though, the size of it though is enough that it would probably be, the inside would probably be about big enough to be compared to a cottage.
Ooh,
So besides the cage, there's probably room enough for 3 people to stay inside comfortably with no problems. You're not sure about all the space inside that's available though.
You know, one idea I had was if we got a carriage and we got, you know, 1 or 2 horses or whatever we need to pull it, and then we get an extra mount on besides that, and the extra mount somebody can ride that as well if we need to, and also it can act as a spare if something happens to one of the ones pulling the carriage. So, and the person who's on the mount can also scout ahead, or you know what I mean.
not a bad
So,
idea.
An outrider.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Totally.
First,
It would probably be you, Wilfred. So
Oh,
I'm
but I would like
totally down
mind
with that.
meld with whatever it is.
since you like to mount things,
And I'm very good at it, by the way.
I'm sure.
Talk about horse riding, yeah?
Huh.
Because I'm really good at it. I mean, I've been driving us almost everywhere we go. Well, until the unfortunate accident, which we will never speak about again, or the events that led up to it, but I digress. Yeah, we gotta find somebody, because this one looks like it's serviceable. I mean, the weird wheel design is throwing me a little off, but it seems like it works perfectly.
I'll if there's a door, I'll knock on the door and see if anybody's inside.
On the front there's a door that sits right behind the bench. And on the back there's another door that's up on a runner. So like the back there's a runner that runs around one corner and across the back. Kind of like the front of a chariot. But all the space in the back is full with barrels and crates and sort of supplies.
Whichever door seems more accessible or looks more like a front door. Probably the one in the
The one in
front,
the
I
front?
guess.
So you go up and knock, and there is some noise from inside. There is a bump and a rattle, and then it's quiet for a little while. Yeah?
Pardon me. I was wondering, is this wagon for sale?
So it's not about the parking, is it?
Uh,
There's more noises. It sounds like someone's coming closer.
Oh, looks like a great parking job to me.
And since I don't have the token, I'll just use the picture for now that I had saved for it.
Eh,
So it's a human man that comes out. Probably late 30s, maybe early 40s.
Chris Hemsworth.
Right?
what's up?
Chris Hemsworth or the guy from 007. Like if they mated.
Hey, it's a deer.
That's a character from Pillars of Eternity. Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, we really like your wagon, and we're wondering if it was for sale. My name is Remy.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Come on, Remy, this is your bread and butter.
Can I re-roll? Use my inspiration to re-roll?
You can use your inspiration if you want to, yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'll do it again. I can do better than that.
You roll a 5.
Okay.
There we
wow.
go.
There we go.
Let's clean that up nicely.
Is it for sale? And he looks back at the wagon. Sure, what'd you have in mind?
Well, I'm just gonna assume because of the price of the last one that, it's gonna be more than 300 also. I'm gonna offer, I mean, I don't know how much a wagon like this is worth, to be honest with you, but, I mean, I'd be willing to part with, say, 500 gold for a wagon of this quality.
I think you went too high.
That's about. That actually was thinking exactly 500. for me.
500. I assume you want the oxen too, then?
Yeah, we're talking about with the oxen.
Alright, 500. Sounds fair, sure.
Hey, we got wheels, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we pay way too much.
Did I?
I think so.
We'll make it back.
It's fine.
So, do we have to reach into your bag, Luthien, to get this 500 gold out?
It's 50 platinum pieces is what you're getting.
Oh, okay.
Platinum's a lot easier to walk around with than gold, my good sir.
For sure.
All right, sounds good. Could we also wanted to put our name on the side. Is that possible?
Not something I've got the tools for, but you can do whatever you want with it. It's yours now.
All right, sounds good. So what are the? I assume it's got like oxen already tied. Already. How many oxen come with it?
There's 2 oxen.
2. Okay.
Just up in the stable over there. I've got him there under the name Hames. Keep that in mind, Hames.
Haynes, I'm gonna write that down actually.
You just tell the stable boy when you're taking him out. He'll make you pay for how long they were there, but you'll get the oxen, you'll get the wagon, that's all yours.
All right, sounds good.
Before we close this up, are there any special features we should know about the wagon?
Front wheels are on a rotating axle. Pull the lock lever. Free rotate. Just gotta get the weight off of them.
Oh, alright, that's fair.
Other than that, it's all pretty straightforward.
Cool.
Just a pretty typical bounty hunter's wagon.
Oh, you hunted bounties with this thing.
Used to.
Is that why you have the cage there?
Yeah, that's what it was built for.
Yeah, that might come in handy for us as well. I mean, we hunting bounties is something we might consider, but we do whatever kind of work is paying.
Oh, Zeta, I love that part.
Maybe fluffy like these oxen? They're so fluffy. I don't know how to post a damn link because I'm an idiot.
They're
It pulled
pretty
it up.
good. They're great.
Actually, that would fit because this wagon is originally from north of here, so.
Yeah. Now we gotta name them Zeta.
All right, and
Look
then
at
we should
this
get a
guy. They look like
And that-
Muppets.
and then we should get a horse too or something. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess a horse wouldn't be pulling the wagon if we've got those guys, but just something to.
Security measure.
Yeah, there might also be times when we need to go somewhere where the wagon can't.
Fair. Look at those big old buddies.
I want those two. The yellow one and the brown one.
Oh, yeah.
May I put that request in, please? They look fluffy to lie on. I'm totally gonna be riding them half the time.
Alright, well. Do we need to pay? Do you guys want to go back to the inn then? Because, I mean, if we pay for it, I mean, we probably could stay in there. Assuming we could all fit.
Oh, right. Probably should have mentioned. The oxen names are Buck and Chester. Don Lumps, though you can call them whatever you want pretty much, they'll still come.
Alright.
Those are good names.
Buck and Chester. How about the blonde ones, Buck? Because that makes sense. You know, the buck color of the blonde. And Chester's the brown one.
What about
They're boys.
Guts and Gory?
God, we already have a Guts and Gory.
Not anymore.
We will have a new Guts and Gory. Possibly, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's all paid for a little while, but whenever you're taking stuff out, Caravanser's probably gonna charge you for it.
That's fair. I mean, between all of us, I'm pretty sure we have enough money to pay for any expenses. Assuming we don't go crazy. But I'm glad this is a bounty hunting wagon. It gives me a place to put all my friggin' weapons at.
Yeah, we should maybe keep somebody at the wagon all the time, and then we can just keep stuff there, and then we can just take shifts. We also don't need to stay in the inn anymore. I mean, I can stay in the wagon. I don't mind.
I mean, for tomorrow, yeah, because I'm gonna have my rematch with our favorite blonde man. Why do I keep forgetting his name? Oh, hang on.
Boson?
Yeah, Boson. Yeah, after my fight with Boson, I don't mind coming back and giving you relieving.
I imagine that Zeta would prefer to stay with the caravan as well, since that's where the three animals would be.
They would be in a stable, probably being stabled.
Right now.
But
Yeah.
you
But we're
have,
talking
you have
about
your
later when
Ye-
we're. She wouldn't want to be in the rooms so much. It's not
true.
a requirement for her to be in a room. She'd rather sleep in the caravan.
True, but you have to deal with the tournament tomorrow.
Well, for the night, since if tomorrow, I don't know how long
Yeah, we're still here, and
we're
there's still
staying in town,
tables.
but for tonight, we should just leave the caravan where it is.
Yeah.
And just take over the fee for the day for the next, I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably, I assume he's already paid up until today,
For sure.
right? So we'll just take over the fees moving forward, and same with the stabling of the animals. And
Pick them up when we leave, and pack
Yeah.
up and go.
Mm-hmm.
and we should probably look towards, like I said, getting at least one mount in addition.
Well, we could probably do that tomorrow, considering it's starting to rain a little bit heavier. I don't like getting wet.
How close
I mean,
are we to the
Zeta
stables?
doesn't.
Basically, the wagon is parked right here. And the stables are all along the end here.
I guess you can go talk to our new oxen buddies if you feel like it, Zeta, but I want to get out of this rain.
I'll pick out a horse for us.
Maybe
Are you gonna
even
ask horses.
maybe
Who-
even two.
I've been a horse. I know how to pick out a horse.
Just druid things.
Okay.
So if it accommodates 3 people comfortably, does that not include like a driver?
That's what you were guessing from looking at it.
Because there's actually 5
Was
of
that there
us,
was a comfortable
so
amount of space for 3 people.
Mhm.
but then we'll have one person as a driver, and then if we had one additional mount, one person could ride on the additional mount. But I was even thinking maybe
Also,
2 might not be a bad
when
idea.
it's
2
not-
horses.
Downpouring? I would totally love to ride a horse, by the way, but if it's not downpouring, I imagine her like on top of the thing anyway.
Well, you can be the horse if you wanted to too.
I don't
But yeah.
know how I guess I could run alongside, huh?
But I think 2 might be better,
I
because
can't
like,
sustain it forever.
let's say we get in a situation where we can't take the carriage.
I want my own horse. Can I have a horse, please? Can we have 2 horses? Because I was instantly jealous that Wilfred was gonna have a horse and I wasn't gonna have a horse.
Oh, come on, I would share.
Well,
It's not
Luthien
like
can
I'm-
afford to buy it, because who made the most money? Probably Luthien, huh? He's probably the richest of all of us. He could probably just buy his own horse. But if we had a, huh?
I could buy and sell you.
I have a platinum piece. What is that
Uh,
worth?
Zeta,
Yeah.
you forgot that we need somebody driving the wagon, and if I'm not driving it, who else knows how to drive a wagon besides you? Because I don't think Remy or
Remy would know
Luthien or
how.
even Ansel know how to. Do you know how to drive a wagon, Ansel?
Apparently not.
No, I don't think he has the proficiency.
A good
Right.
horse for riding,
So
it
he's-
probably we're looking at like 100
He's
gold,
held the
right?
reins a couple of times.
Or 50 gold.
A typical pack horse is about 50 gold.
If you want one that's combat combat comfortable, it might cost a little bit. If knowing
I'll
us, we might need
totally-
one of those.
I'll totally drive the animals and maybe have a horse that runs along with us.
A draft horse is 50, a riding horse is 75. A war horse is like 400 gold.
Yeesh.
But I would say something more like the riding, maybe,
Draft horses look cool.
or even a couple of draft horses, just as backups because they can also pull the wagon, whereas a riding horse probably could. But I would say maybe 2. If we got 2, then let's say, for example, for some reason we couldn't use the wagon, we could all still be mounted in the sense that we have 2 horses, and then Zeta could be, if needed, a 3rd mount, right? And then we would only have, and then we'd have, so we'd have 3 mounts, and then Luthien could just ride his disc or something.
Or I could ride on
Can you
Luthien's
do that?
disc as he rides a horse.
Yeah. Yeah, that or something like
Well,
that.
we've
You know,
already
you get
got
the
the
idea.
oxen. I mean, I suppose we could trade them, but
Well, the oxen aren't really for riding; they're just to pull the carriage.
right.
Yup. So 2 more draft horses that we're gonna buy in the.
And those prices can vary depending on different factors, of course. I'm just saying like basic prices typically.
True. You want to do this in the morning, or do you want to do it right now while we still have time? Because I don't know. How's the weather situation actually looking?
The rain is still continuing to get heavier.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want to head into this
Too bad we don't
wagon.
have any. Too bad we don't have any like gnomes or halflings. They could just ride a big dog or something. We wouldn't need horses.
True, but I don't think a gnome would get along with Luthien. I mean, the one we met, apparently he's holding themselves back from shooting him really, really well, or whatever the heck that thing.
That's all bluster. They ain't gonna do shit.
Mm.
But mainly the wagon is just to help carry the things that we find and stuff too, more than it is to carry us, you know. In some ways.
All right,
But
well,
we
I'm
could
gonna head
always.
into our new wagon.
I mean, if we needed to, we could probably all ride on it. Somebody riding on the front, somebody maybe instead of, because it looks like it's able to carry a lot of storage. It might not be comfortable for all the riders, but people could pile into like on top
Yeah,
or
you
in
could
the
have
back.
like 2 on the front, 1 on top, and everybody else inside.
Yeah, you'd be in the cages.
Pretty much.
Yeah, there is a cage.
Also, none of you have stepped inside yet either.
Yeah, I want to step inside and get out of the rain. Let's step inside.
So as you're getting inside, you can see it's pretty much like you expected from the outside, where it's kind of like a cottage.
An RV, maybe, kind of.
Yeah.
A medieval RV.
So it's, when you first go inside, there's a bench to your left that's just like right there. That's the
Step?
rider's bench, where there's the slot for the reins to go through, so you can
Okay.
sit inside instead of out. But there's very
Okay.
little visibility. It's hard to see from in here. So it's not the sort of thing you do just for riding in rough weather. It's probably more for if you're expecting to get shot at.
Oh, okay.
And there's also a few nails driven into the wood partway down, so you can hook the reins on it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, though, it's just a really cramped little cabin where the bench is. And just inside, there's a little wood stove on the left, and there's some pots and pans hanging above from hooks in the ceiling.
Cool.
A little couch and tiny table on the right, and then further back there's a double bed. And there's a ladder on the left wall going up. And up above there's at the top of the ladder there's a small cabin that's on the top of the whole thing.
Hmm?
Pretty much the whole space right now is pretty packed with like spare clothes and storage for food. There's very little open floor space or really room at all inside.
Hmm.
It's a very utilitarian space.
Right. So we wouldn't be able to stockpile too much, from what I can see.
You do remember though, on the back outside, there was also that runner where a lot of barrels and crates and stuff are set. So
Right.
it seems like most of the storage, you could either use the cage, or you'd otherwise be setting it on the runner or lashing it to the sides or the roof.
Right. Right. All right. Well,
Um,
this will work for the most part. Shouldn't be too hard to find some sleeping space, assuming we move some stuff
for
around.
windows to the outside, the very top area has a small little shuttered window that opens up. And behind the couch
I
is
say we
also
reserve
a
the bed
shuttered
for
window that opens up.
people who are injured or sick.
I want the top.
If we stop to
So,
camp, we sleep outside generally, unless we could maybe take
looking at the
turns and
amount of
let people
space
use the bed.
inside,
What was that, B?
looking at the amount of space inside, if you share the bed, there's enough space for two
I can't
people
hear
in the
anybody,
bed, one in the couch, and one in the posted or in the observation space up top.
All right. So we're gonna. It's gonna be a little
So
tight squeeze. It seems.
it's cramped, but there is just enough space for 4 people to sleep.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? I couldn't hear anybody for a minute.
We hear you. So we got enough room for 4 people to sleep in here. So it looks like somebody's gonna either be caught in the rain, or we gotta figure something out for them to be able to
Well,
sleep.
I
Well,
mean, I can sleep underneath.
we can just take turns.
He's talking about right
Somebody-
now with the rain.
Well, let's look at it this way. Somebody's got to be on watch all the time anyway, right?
True, I guess.
We usually do shifts of 2 people or something usually anyway, right?
Something like that. Did he leave his spare clothes in here? Is this all just ours?
He's still with you guys
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Okay, well, it's gonna take him some time to grab his
Yeah,
things, I guess.
for a big group, might be a little bit stuffy, but there's enough space.
Yeah, especially if we rotate watches and stuff like that. So it should be.
So, where are you from? Are you here for the festival?
From's a complicated question. Kinda all over. Here for the festival right now. Turned in a bounty.
Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you.
Never hurts to have another couple hundred gold around.
That for sure.
I'll have
For
the
sure.
rest of my stuff here. I'll have the rest of my stuff here off the wagon bay. I guess I'll do it tomorrow morning when the rain stops. Keep it at least a little dry.
I'll tell you what, if you want to pay the space rent, the parking rent for the caravan, you can have it until we'll complete the deal tomorrow. And you'd have until tomorrow to pack your things together and whatever you need.
Sure. Why not? It sounds like a decent enough deal.
We won't need it right away anyway. We're still, I don't know if you know about the tournament, but my friends here are still in the tournament, so they're doing very
For sure.
Have you watched the tournament at all? The arena fights?
Not really. Not really. Not much of a good, display of violence anyway.
Wait, did you say that it wasn't a good display of violence?
That's what he said.
So you've seen much grander battles? Is what you're saying?
I'm a bounty hunter. Not so much for the grand battle, but I do my thing.
I guess you're right. Hunting a person down is never easy.
All right, well, we'll be by tomorrow then to complete the deal for the wagon. Around the same time well, actually probably more like in the morning or afternoon. When would be a good time for you?
Whatever's fine. I got nothing to do tomorrow anyway. Just be unpacking while the sun's shining.
Out of character, is that like tomorrow the final day of the tournament? Or is there, do we know?
Probably not.
There may be one more round after the next one. Like one more day.
If there's two
Let me
rounds,
check.
would like have a round in the morning and a round in the evening, or no?
I think like 2 days in total,
The
man.
loser's
'cause-
bracket will be
Okay.
down to 2 people. Yeah, it'll be 2 more days. Tomorrow and the next day.
Okay.
Because the loser's bracket is going to be down to 2 people. Then back up to 3 in the afternoon. So then the next day, it would be down to 2 people and then finished. And the winner's bracket would finish too.
Mhm. So we got 2 more days of chilling out. Also, out of character, which will be in character after we leave this guy. We got to figure out a way to make sure this guy doesn't skip town with our new wagon.
Well, we won't pay him
Yeah, you
until.
didn't pay him yet anyway.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sweet.
We'll pay him tomorrow when we complete the deal.
Sweet.
Well, at this point, Luthien goes ahead and heads back to the inn so he can read his dwarven history book and take a long rest.
Same, but I want to practice with my shield master feat if Ansel or actually Zeta, if you want to help me out with this. I mean, you get a chance to stab you with your.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I'd totally like to test my new spear on you.
Well, I need some help with my shield technique.
So it would be about 6 p.m. by the time that you get back to the inn. So you have 4 hours before your long rest starts, assuming that all of you just head straight back to the inn.
Sounds right. I mean, when we come back, we'll probably go look at into the horses after we pay the.
True.
Also, we might want to go make sure we make it to the tournament because there's some pretty heavy hitters in the tournament, and depending on the matches, we might make some. At least in the losers bracket, there is.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a fight between the bow lady and the elf guy with the gun. That would be a pretty sweet match.
Actually, that would be pretty cool.
But yeah, stab at me, Zeta. I shall deflect it with my shield.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to stab you with it. I don't know if it'll do anything to your shield at all.
Well, I need to practice with my shield, so you know. I don't think he would throw his match, Ansel. I mean, he seems in it to win it, assuming his owner's telling him.
That's the thing, though, is that you know he's a slave and you know his owner has something to gain from this?
Right. So it makes sense that he would listen. I mean,
so
I
you
don't.
don't know exactly what goals that it is that are at play.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to talk to you about something, Wilfred. Back in town, that lady, that guard, that, you know, the head of the tournament and also the one who's guarding, she's, she mentioned there's like a bad faction west of town.
Oh yeah.
I think we should go check it out.
So now we're not waiting for trouble to seek us out. We're actually going to look for trouble.
Well, I didn't really look at it that way.
Well, look, I'm all for helping out people, but we already got enough on our plate because you guys got to find the tournament, which afterwards, even if you do win, is exhausting.
I'm not saying today. I'm just saying sometime like before we leave the city. Because that's the way the Pelican went. And
Yeah, I guess
I have a feeling
sense.
they're related.
Well, all right. I
just
mean,
for
if
later
you decide...
on in the weekend. That's all I'm saying.
All right. You convinced me. If you need help with something, I'll help you out.
Okay, I'll
Though
try.
I'm just telling you now, I don't want to. Wait, what was that?
I'll try to get more intel. Okay.
Sure, but yeah, let's just be careful because we already get enough trouble with our actions as it is.
So, out of character, are we going to get the horse, or are we gonna go back to the inn?
Back to the inn, I think, because we need to get some rest or do some training and then get some.
Okay.
We'll probably head back in the morning before the tournament starts. So Zeta's gonna help me out with my shield master, and she's gonna test out her spear on.
I don't think it's gonna do anything, but oh, we should probably go back
Well,
to
it's
the.
any time that he messes up and you still manage to hit him, is what he's talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We should probably head back to the inn and do it there.
Yep.
Okay.
So you use the wagon yard in the back?
That sounds like a
Of
good
the inn?
idea. That's.
Because otherwise the only space that's really available is the entry lobby, which is like not very big. Or a bedroom, which is even smaller.
Somewhere with just enough space.
No, Ansel, you don't see that pesky pelican. You see birds like seagulls, you see pelicans, but they're not like staring at you.
And by now, it's
It
safe to
seems like
assume.
a lot of them are kind of. A lot of them seem to be kind of sticking together and sheltering from the rain where they can.
It's safe to assume I'm
Sorry.
no, it's fine. Now that there's two birds that I've been watched by, I'm like watching for animals looking at me. I mean, she's always aware of people looking at her because she's used to it and she notices it, but she's definitely looking up around for, you know, critters eyeballing her. Hey, are Luthien and Remy coming back with us?
No, we already went to the, or I anyway, already went to the end. I think Ansel did too.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. Alright, come on, Zeta. We got
Yeah.
a little bit of time to kill before we have to turn
Gotta
in.
get my beauty rest.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's do this.
No, don't hold back, because we gotta test your weapon.
All right, let's see how this does. So she takes a deep breath.
I'm gonna say, Zeta, give me 4 attack rolls with the spear.
4.
Mhm.
That one got me.
Yep, so go ahead and roll damage.
Oh!
Ow! The second one is the plant damage though, so you don't take that one.
Oh, thank God, because holy crap. Alright, so 10.
Wow. Wow. So how is
I
it?
just have to double check because I've got it on
Sure.
Zeta's sheet here. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't misreading that and it was actually dealing the damage.
Because that.
You want me to
adamant-
The
take that
necrotic damage is only dealt. The necrotic damage is only dealt to plants.
Oh.
Plant. Whew.
I mean, he eats plants, right? So you are what you eat.
Um,
That's why I'm a human.
Jeez.
I have a question.
so in this part,
Why 4 rolls?
it's because the dice are rolled twice when you get a critical. And then the other 2 are for the necrotic damage, which is only done to plants.
No. I mean, I had to click 4 boar's tusks
Oh.
4 times.
Because you had 4 hours of training.
Yeah. So you're trying to stab me really good every 4 hours.
What?
It's just a rough translation. I'm giving 4 general attack rolls across 4 hours. So it's each attack roll is roughly how well
Oh.
you're performing for that hour.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because otherwise we would be rolling for ages while I just roll attack after attack after attack.
Right.
Because you can make
And-
an attack every 6 seconds.
And
So
you would
basically, I just
definitely
went
kill
and
me.
whacked 4 times real quick.
Yeah, it's just kind of like proper.
It's just a
like,
sum
hey,
up instead of doing multiple attacks
yeah,
to
because
fill
if
the
you,
full
Gotcha.
time.
Gotcha.
if we were doing multiple attacks, you would definitely drop me down. Like
You
probably
know what it was?
within the
My
first
question,
few.
the reason I ask is I've not used the boar's tusk before, and I thought that had something to do with the boar's tusk itself. But that's
No,
totally unrelated.
it's just
so.
related to how much time.
Got you. Okay, I'm with you guys now. Sorry.
You did really good.
Um,
If I hadn't had my shield,
yeah, that is a lot
all
of
the other
really good
attacks
rolls.
Yeah, my shield
Um,
blocked the first 3.
so we've regained 4 hours of good training off of this. And oof, right. The time that she does manage to slip past your shield, Wilfred, the blade sneaks just barely inside of your elbow, and the point doesn't hit really deep, but it does poke in between the ring nail and cuts a nick in your elbow. And it's just the meat of your forearm, really, but it's about an inch wide and pretty deep by by where it hit. When it does hit you, it doesn't just feel like you got cut, though. It feels really cold when you get hit. It's like it's draining out of you for a little bit, and it doesn't start bleeding for several seconds afterwards.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna share this with her. That is
It's
a
not
very
really... The injury itself isn't really much worse, but it felt very different from the sort of feeling you're used to from getting hit or cut.
So this thing has weird properties when stabbing people. It didn't seem to do much more damage to me, like extra damage. Though it definitely does something when it comes into contact with living things.
Are you okay?
Just, I'll be fine. It's just, it took much longer to bleed than normal. That's a really weird spear you got there. Though considering it
And
was
you said
Vincent.
it's cold? Maybe it's like cauterizing it and freezing it in a way.
I don't think so, but let's head inside. I'll take off my armor and we can take a better look at this thing.
Okay, let's go in. I'm certainly not going to try to hit you with it again.
I mean, you could, if you want to keep practicing with me. It didn't, I mean, it hurt, but, it wasn't so bad, I guess. Let's just do it when I'm in better condition, because
Yeah, another day.
those fights really took it out of me. But you did good. I mean, towards the end there, you were definitely getting better with this thing.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, this shield really made a difference.
It feels like it has a nice, like, heft in my hand. I like it.
Right. Well, let's head inside. We'll take a better look after I take all this stuff off. So I'm probably gonna head to my room and then start taking off my armor. Because you know how long that takes.
Mm-hmm. When you do take it off, it has a kind of unusual look to the cut. It's not blackened, which is kind of what you'd expect from necrotic damage, but it's like reddened and swollen, like the cut has been infected for a couple of days.
Ooh.
Ugh. Yeah, this thing, whatever it is, doesn't like living matter. I could tell that much. But as far as its swelling and the way it looks, just looks like a really old injury, one that's been kind of unattended to, that's being swollen up.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, we know it does things to plants, and it does something to me, but it doesn't seem to be doing what we thought it was going to be doing, melting away at the skin.
Yeah, I didn't realize you'd be getting, like, infected.
I don't think it's infected, it's just doing something. It's like reacting weirdly to human flesh. I'm just glad it's not melting away my skin like it did those plants. But I guess we're gonna have to trial and error this thing because we don't know how this thing acts when you actually attack somebody that's attacking you. I mean, this was the only nick you gave me, but who knows if it gets worse if you keep nicking me.
I
Well,
pity the next tree that tries to eat me.
for sure. For now, I'm just gonna take care of this and go to bed. You got a big day in the morning, by the way.
Yeah, let's go rest.
Well, we're in my room, so I'm just gonna plop
Oh.
down and lay on hands on where she's with all 5 points, because I'm gonna get those back after the rest. So
Yeah.
all 5 points.
And all of or as you infuse the magic into the wound, rather than just sealing like you're usually used to, the whole swelling and everything goes down as well really quickly. It seems like it's just part of the wound somehow.
Next time you decide to practice with somebody besides me, let me know so I can help out with this swelling. All right, Zeta?
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna head off to bed. Thanks for the training today.
Sure, anytime. Whose room am I in again?
Mine and Ansel.
No, like, where am I supposed to sleep?
In your room?
Oh, I have my own room. Okay, good night. And she
I believe I believe it was you and Lucian were sharing a room again.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. She goes to her room.
Gonna do a trance and just stare at you the whole time you're sleeping.
She puts the pillow over her head.
You guys change the hours? For feet? Did you add the 4 hours?
I did.
Alright, thank you very much.
No problem.
Restful sleep. Please tell me I managed to actually get some rest tonight.
Mhm.
Oh, wonderful. Those nightmares were just a little too much.
Yeah, everyone gets their long rest just fine. What was the 4 hours spent on for Lucian, Remy, and Ansel already told me his. So it's just Lucian and Remy that I need to know what you were up to.
Just
Oh, Lucian said you were going to be reading your dwarf history book.
practicing on my lute, I guess, and maybe some magic practice, I guess.
Okay.
Try to hone my new skills.
I have to check if I've got... Okay. that's about it for tonight. It seems like a good spot to leave off instead of going like 10 minutes further and then
Cutting it out.
ending off in the morning.
Yeah.
That sounds okay to everyone?
What's
Yep,
that?
sounds good.
Cutting off.
I had a little bit of information that I had to give for Luthien for reading the Dwarven history book.
Perfect.
Other than that, though, that's session.
Yay! We got wheels again, guys. It's gonna feel so good. Hopefully we don't bust this one too.
Yeah, I think we need to incorporate those metal bands on the wheels like the other one had.
Mm. We had to buy supplies for it too.
Mm-hmm.
All in the morning, I guess. Plus, we gotta buy 2 more horses and fight in this tournament again. I can't wait for my rematch with Bozon. Gonna mess him up good. Hopefully.